Hey YouTube, how you doing? Anthony back with you with another edition of Here in My Office. We're at Here in My Office 40. Can't believe we've made 40 videos. And even what's bad about it is I can't believe we made 40 videos and we're still talking about me getting a job. And had a little setback. I just wanted to make a video to kind of update you on what was going on with the last time we talked. I had an interview with M&T. It's a super regional bank here in Buffalo, New York. They have an audit department, and they had a role for a lead auditor. It was like a notch below pure manager, and I've been a manager for 3 years, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it was a little bit below the level that I would have liked to come in at. And in fact, somebody that was friends with my sister, childhood friends, works there, and she would have been above me, and she's like 4 years younger than me. But I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But they passed on me. You know, I had my interview on Friday, and I think by like Wednesday they sent me the rejection letter, and I'm just like, gotta be kidding me. I, you know, I met with 3 people. We talked for 45 minutes to an hour each person. So I put many hours into this, and the interview went well. There were no really difficult questions that stumped me. I didn't, lose my train of thought or have I wasn't stumped on any of the questions they asked me. Everything went smoothly. So, like I said in the last video, like the situation with Walmart, it was the same thing. Everything went fine. You just never know. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I should ask them for feedback, but being that once Walmart went in the toilet, I knew I'm never going to work at Walmart. I'm not, because I didn't want to live in Bentonville, Arkansas. Put it to you that way. But with M&T, I guess there's always the possibility that something else will pop up at M&T, and I might apply to it, and I might get selected for an interview and come back down again. This isn't the first time I've interviewed at M&T. I don't know. There's something about M&T that, I had no problem getting a job at the last company I was at, which is a much bigger bank that pays more, and it's just frustrating. So that's off the table, and the only thing that sucks is that was my local job. That was the one that was in Buffalo. So what that leaves me with is Charles Schwab, Wells Fargo, and Santander. So we still have those 3 companies in the mix. It's still a lot, it's still a lot of potential, but they're not final interviews. They're, the next interviews with these guys would be final interviews. So I'm kind of waiting to hear back for the next steps on these different jobs. And I guess if I get a rejection, I'll make a video. I'll let you guys know how it's going with those. And I guess the good news is I'm not getting rejected out of the gate. I'm not passing the first round or second round. I'm getting through all the rounds and making it to talk to the hiring managers and everything. But I'll tell you what, guys, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the fuck these people want from me. Pardon my French, but I don't know what else I could say, do, or have on my resume that I don't have to prove that I would be a good fit for these roles. I think this thing at M&T would have been other than it being a little lower than I was hoping for. But I did say to them, I said, hey, we could come in at this level. I get my feet wet and go for a promotion next year. And they thought that sounded reasonable. And so did I. I thought I really expected to get an offer from these guys. I mean, I don't know if it would have been a shockingly low offer because of what I was making before at a bigger company at a higher level. It might have been an offer that I may have found isn't worth my time 40 hours a week. So. But these other banks like Santander and Wells Fargo, they're the A-list you know, Fortune 5 banks. They're, you know, big, gigantic banks with a lot of upward mobility and a lot of resources, and they're global. That was the thing about well, Charles Schwab isn't global, but Wells Fargo and Santander sure are. And that means that, you know, being in the audit function, I could get the potential to do some global travel again, which I did in 2015. I went to India, I went to Brazil, went to London. I've been to Japan and Hong Kong, and I enjoy those experiences. You know, it's you can't really put a price on that. You get free travel, you get to stay in a beautiful hotel, first class flying. So I've come from that in my background, and you know, that really suited me well. I really liked it. And I have to say though, towards the end of my time at the bank, my last role, uh, there wasn't any travel. It was all mostly regulatory MRA validation, working with people maybe in Chicago. I did some travel to Chicago, but you know, big deal. I think, and come to think of it, I think that Charles Schwab, I think they're in Chicago. I'm forgetting now. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I talked to these guys, so you know, I'm still in the running, and I think hopefully this week, you know, today is Monday. Hopefully this week we'll hear something, good or bad, because as you know, I've been the bearer of a lot of kind of bad news with this job hunt lately. Um, but you know, I'm an open book. I'll let you guys know what it's like and what's going on. Um, I don't know. And anybody, if, in the comment section, if you have any suggestions, uh, feel free to let me know. My videos are getting, I don't know, like 100 views per video, which is fairly decent, I guess, considering this is not the most exciting YouTube content, and I know that. So I'm trying to think of some new things to do on YouTube, and get some new content up other than just these office videos. But for now, this is kind of my main thing. And I said I was going to keep making these videos until I get a job, and even after I get a job, I'll check in every so often with just how things are going. It's kind of like a diary, or so to speak. And some of my family members watch that, so if you're watching, you know, thank you for watching, all of you. But I'll make another video probably at the end of this week. See if I hear back from Santander or Schwab or Wells Fargo. Because eventually, guys, I'm gonna have to get an offer.